Alright, so this is the second semester project. This Google slide show will be available on my website. Here is Messi making a penalty kick. This is a water balloon toss. So your projects will be about either soccer or water balloon toss or throwing a water balloon, and you're using quadratics. So introduction of this project is more about collaboration. It's about you guys problem solving. It's the real life skills. So here are the student learning capacities. Chris, go ahead and read number 1.
1. Critical fingers are required.
Emily, read number 2. Orlando, 3.
Communicators and collaborators.
Vanessa, 4. And Brian, number 5. So this is what all the major stakeholders at the school really think that students should be learning. Alright, so you guys are going to be into groups of 4. I have suggestions to pick different roles. A leader. Leader doesn't mean that you sit back and tell everyone what to do. You're actually in charge, so if something goes wrong, it's actually your fault. That's a huge responsibility. Number 2, you should have a recorder, someone who does the recording or writing of what people's ideas, making it nice and neat, maybe typing it. 3 is a presenter, so you guys will be creating videos. This person should be talking in the video. When you're talking though, you'll realize that you'll have to do multiple recordings if you mess up. So you should really know what you're talking about, and you'll have an editor who will do the hard work of actually creating the video. When you pick your own groups of 4, I have a quote there, you may choose, but choose wisely. Okay, sometimes your own group of friends, you know that you guys will not work well. The second step is for you guys to pick your project. One is called Bend It Like Messi, or the other one is called Water Wars, soccer or water balloons. They're essentially the same idea with quadratics. Okay. You need to pick your own work time. You will have in class today, not really today, just picking your group, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You'll also see later on that I have limited availability for me to help you. For example, Mondays and Tuesdays I have lunch meetings, and every day after school I only stay to 3 o'clock, but not on Wednesday. You guys know that you'll need to show your math evidence. So having just answers is going to give you an automatic F. So if you tell me you know what the answers are, you're going to have to show me. There you have the Jedi Masters. The reason why I show that is you're showing mastery. We've been talking about quadratics for the past 2 months, 2 to 3 months. And so all the things that you've learned now, you're going to be out there on your own. Step number 5 in your project, you've seen this last semester, is about math accuracy. If you look at the pictures of the darts over here on the far right, this is what we don't want. It's called poor accuracy. Accuracy means how close you are to the target or answers or solutions. And you have poor precision, meaning that they're all over the place. You're not doing it consistently. This is an improvement. You have poor accuracy. You're not getting to the target there, but you have good precision. You keep doing it at the same area. Maybe you factor and you keep messing up on factoring, but it's the same issue. The best thing we want is that we want you to be able to hit the target that's being accurate. You can get the answers, and you keep doing that over and over again on your quizzes, on your homeworks, in class. The biggest, most important part of your project will be math evidence and knowledge and math accuracy. It's nice they have cool video effects. Yes, it's great that everything looks nice, but if your math is wrong, that's not good. You guys know that you guys will be creating a step 6 is to create a capstone reflection. Because you're in groups of 4, the great thing is that because you're on Google Documents, you can share the document. So all 4 of you create it together. You can type on it, or one person does it, and then you share with everyone. Then when it becomes your senior year and you're scrambling to look for a capstone reflection, you can come back and make sure you've shared that document. In creating a video, you're going to have to be resourceful. I asked the school if there's any computer labs available, and no one got back to me. So I'm not taking you to the computer labs. Whatever technology you have, if you have a phone, it's enough. You might have to edit on your phone. You might have to go to your aunt or uncle's house. You don't know how to edit videos. You're going to have to do something. Okay? Now, in class during this week, I will be reviewing some quadratics because you are going to have a test this week on Friday. So that means that sometimes I'm giving you class time, sometimes I'm giving you the option to either review for the test, but we'll talk about what your project is worth. Step 8, when I eventually give you guys the project handouts, remember not to put your names on the project. Not to put your names on the projects because you guys are minors. Remember, you want to be reflective like Homer here. You might think that you look in the mirror and you have this awesome project, but you didn't go back with a scoring rubric, you didn't have all your other members check it, or even a friend, and you realize what you think, what grade you'll get, doesn't show up there. Step 9, there will be some extra credit in the project if you show some Savannah pride and shouting out loud in your project that you love math. Let's talk about the grades for the project. This project is worth 10% of your grade. It's equivalent to about 3 quizzes, or all of your homeworks, or 1.5 tests. So it is a big portion of your grade. If you decide not to do it, you've basically lost 10%, almost a whole grade in your a whole grade. Now, it is a team grade, and this is how we're going to be fair. We did the same thing as last semester. In your groups of 4, I'll grade your project out of 400 points. Here I have Lisa, Maggie, Bart, and Grandpa. They received 268 points out of 400. That's 67%. They received a D project. But when I pass out the projects, all 4 of them will have to sit down together, and they have to all agree to what grade. For example, Bart can't say I get 100% and he did nothing. The other 3 members will verify that. Bart, we disagree, you should not get 100 points because you didn't show up at lunchtime, you didn't send your part on time, and you weren't working during class with us. Okay? So notice how a D project, Lisa still got an A. Now remember, here's the hard part. Bart, Maggie, and Grandpa all have to agree that Lisa gets 100 points. That's a very difficult part because you're going to have to now be adults and kind of own up to your responsibilities. Now this other group here, Homer, Marge, Patty, and Selma, they got a 93% on the project. They got 372 points. Their group decided in the very beginning and the very end, they realized that everyone put an equal amount of effort. They divided their score by 4, and they each got 93 out of 100, which is still an A. Later on in class, I'm going to allow you guys to break up into your own groups of 4. Seniors, you will have a due date of Thursday at 6 p.m. The reason why Thursday is because I need to turn in senior fail lists. If you're an all group of seniors to do the project, okay, I'm going to give you guys an extra 5 points out of 100. I'm increasing your project by 5% because you're working all together. That way I can grade just one project. It's easier for me, and that's a lot more helpful. Non-seniors, your projects will be due on Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning. There's a video on my website, how to turn in your project, under the Math 4 page. Alright, so this is the project paper. The most important thing is to understand the multipliers on the side. For example, if I think the evidence and knowledge you've shown me is proficient, your project includes advanced math concepts, you show me adequate evidence, and let's just say I circle this area. That's 3 times 8, which is 32. 32 out of 100. So you'll notice that this is 33% of the majority of the project. If you look at the other multipliers, accuracy is times 7, The next biggest category is your Capstone Reflection. Make sure you're sharing that Google document inside your video under the comments section, using three complete sentences for each question, using excellent grammar and spelling. The next biggest category would be ×4 is your recording and editing. Making sure I can hear you. Maybe you have to record multiple times so that the person who's editing has different ways to look at it. And your details. Let me highlight one of the most common mistakes for this section right here, even though it's the least amount for your project, is to actually take one of your rubrics and for you guys to actually grade yourselves when you turn it in. And there's the extra credit opportunity.